This is the story of Medusa, a very strange kind of monster, head of a woman, snakes for hair, and her special power is that anybody she meets will turn to stone. This is how Perseus first sees her. He has been given the mission of killing her, and he's being helped by the goddess Athene. Athene had not only told Perseus how to destroy the Gorgon, she had given him the means. He now carried her brightly polished shield in one hand and his sword in the other. He knew he must be getting close to Medusa's cave. The valley in which he stood was filled with stone people, some trapped as they tried to run, others frozen in horror, their mouths open, their screams still in their lips. It was as if they had been photographed in the last second of their life. Their reaction in that second had been caught for eternity. One young soldier had covered his face, but then he tried to peep through his fingers. His stone hand still shuttered his stone eyes. Now Perseus saw the mouth of a large cave yawning darkly at him. Holding the shield more tightly than ever, he climbed up the gentle slope and, taking a deep breath, entered the gloom. "Medusa!" he called out. His voice sounded lost in the shadows. Something moved at the back of the cave. "Medusa!" he repeated. Now he could hear breathing and the sound of hissing. "I am Perseus," he announced. "Perseus!" came a deep, throaty voice from the back of the cave. It was followed by a horrible giggling. "Have you come to see me?" The Gorgon stepped forward into the light. For a dreadful moment, Perseus was tempted to look up at her to meet her eyes. But with all his strength, he kept his head turned away as Athene had instructed him, and instead of looking at Medusa, he looked at her reflection in the shield. Now he could see her green skin, her poisonous red eyes, and her yellow teeth, all reflected in the polished bronze. He lifted the sword. "Look at me! Look at me!" the Gorgon cried. Still he kept his eyes on the shield. He took another step into the cave. Now the reflection was huge, the teeth snarling at him out of the shield. The snakes writhed furiously, hissing with the sound of red-hot needles being plunged into water. So, same pattern as I mentioned before, the effect of the monster. In this case, the stone people, we can see the damage she can do. Then we have part of the monster. In this case, it's Medusa's voice that we hear. And then finally, we see the whole of the monster. But this time, there's a bit of a twist. We're seeing her in the mirror. Because if Perseus looks at her directly, he will be turned to stone, and that will be the end of the story.